right, if you're planning to be outside this weekend, depending where you are, brace yourself. If you're located in the Southwest specifically, a dangerous heat wave is expected across California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. According to the National Weather Service, temps are expected to get as high as 110 degrees.
And you're going to want to make sure that you keep those temperatures in mind because it really doesn't take much time in the sun to do some serious damage. Skin cancer is now the most common cancer in the United States and worldwide. That's according to the Skin Cancer Foundation. Now, here's a pretty startling stat. It's estimated more than 9,000 people in the U.S. are diagnosed with skin cancer every day. Some more startling statistics. 1 in 5 Americans will develop skin cancer by the age of 70. More than 2 people die of skin cancer in the U.S. every single hour. Having 5 or more sunburns doubles your risk for melanoma. When detected early, the 5-year survival rate for melanoma is 99%. Here with us today is Dr. Beth Goldstein, a dermatologist and surgeon at the Central Dermatology Center in North Carolina. Dr. Goldstein is also a spokesperson for the Skin Cancer Foundation. Thank you so much for being with us here today, Doctor. Good morning to you. I'll start with this. How long do you have to be out in the sun for there to be some damage, whether it's minimal or excessive?
Pretty much within about 30 minutes. If you're very fair complected, that could even be a little quicker than that.
So when we're talking about the stats that I mentioned, how prevalent is the knowledge, I guess, about skin cancer in our communities today?
There certainly is an increased awareness, but studies show that people still get sunburned on a regular basis, and very few people use sun protection on a daily basis.
So, Dr. Goldstein, I actually cringe when I think, during high school, I played tennis in high school, so I was always out in the sun. I mean, all year round. In college, the same thing. I was the one that was lathering myself in tanning oil at the beach, looking real juicy and slippery. But this is really such a serious thing because we do that kind of stuff. But how dangerous is that?
Well, actually, a lot of people are pretty good about protecting against sunburns, although there's still an awful lot. But tanning can cause damage as well. And also, there are rays called UVA that are present all year round. So you actually need to protect yourself all year round, not just in the summer when you're going to the beach.
And my mom is so good about this because she grew up playing in the sun all day long at the lake a lot, or hiking and camping and things like that. So she is really great at getting her skin checked because she's had some questionable marks or moles. So what should people be looking out for in this case? Because I have freckles on my cheeks, I have some freckles on my arms. When do I know that it's something that could be a little bit more malicious?
Absolutely. With skin cancer, it's there for you to see. It's not like a stomach cancer, so you can really detect it early. And the most common signs or symptoms of skin cancer are a spot that won't heal. Often it starts just like a pimple or a dry spot, but normal things like that will go away in about 3 or 4 weeks. So if you've got something that's not healing, and then with melanoma, the key thing is evolving. So we talk about asymmetry, irregular borders, changing color, enlarging diameter. But the key thing is evolving. So it's important for people to know what their skin looks like so they know if something's new or changing. And you don't want to wait for something to hurt or bleed or bother you to get it checked.
Yeah, we saw some really descriptive pictures there on the screen while you were talking, just showing us what some of those things could possibly look like. When I'm at the store, at Target, let's say, and I'm looking for sunscreen, what is the SPF that I should be looking for? And does it kind of depend on where you live?
Actually, we recommend SPF 30 or higher. And that is the best way to go. It's UVB, which is really covered well with SPF 15, but the UVA, that longer wavelength of light, you get better protection at those higher numbers. And most people actually don't put it on the way it was tested. So to make sure that people put it on thick enough, and also to reapply if you're out.
So really quickly, we only have about 30 seconds left, but recent reports link certain sunscreens to cancer-causing chemicals. So what sunscreen should people stay away from? And I know there are some people out there that say, maybe I'll make my own sunscreen.
Don't make your own sunscreen. There is a list from last year where there's some contaminants of benzene, and it is available online to check and see to make sure it's safe.
All right, Dr. Beth Goldstein, dermatologist and surgeon at the Central Dermatology Center in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. We appreciate all your advice and expertise this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.